Hello friends, I'm Amanda Barr.
And I'm Rebecca Lou Brennan, and welcome to Dance Principles United, the podcast.
Together, we are passionate about helping studio owners with the business of running their studio.
Join us as we talk everything from marketing, systems, studio culture, motherhood, life, and everything in between.
This is the Dance Principles United podcast. Well, hey friends, and welcome to a very special episode of the Dance Principles United podcast. I have three of my lovely friends that I am so honoured to call clients, but people that have become lovely friends and a huge part of our life with Nathan and I on the couch today. Hi friends.
Hello everybody, welcome.
Welcome, Nate's here. If you're listening on a podcast, we are doing a very special episode today. Jump onto YouTube because we're just talking about we need more friends to see us on YouTube because we have a couch out. We've whipped the couch out.
Hit like and subscribe.
Pardon?
Hit like and subscribe.
So we're here with Nicky and Chelsea and Maree today, and we're going to kind of have a bit of a fun chat and see what happens. What do you think?
That sounds great.
Wonderful. So do you want to start by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself and your studio? Do you want to go first, Maree?
Yeah, sure. I'm Maree. I'm from Dancing with Maree. My studio's in West Bennett Hills in Sydney, and I've been operating for 23 years.
Holy shit.
And I've been part of Studio Growth Club and Dance Principles United for 5 years now.
Amazing. Miss Chelsea,
Hi.
tell me about your studio journey and introduce yourself for those people who may have missed you ever.
The shrinking violet.
I don't know how.
Shrinking Violet.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I own Extreme Talent Co. I have hot pink hair, in case you're wondering. I haven't done 23 years. That's amazing.
You're not far behind though, right?
No, I've only, Mum owned the studio for a million years because she's a dinosaur. But this is
We'll be stoked.
We'll be stoked. But this is my 5th year because I technically took over in 2020. So we're celebrating 5 years of Extreme.
Amazing. And
Which is very exciting.
before that it was Lee Wyndon Dancers.
Lee Wyndon Dancers, which I grew up, my entire
Sure,
life.
competed against them.
Me too.
I'm sure. Yes, my mum adjudicated Miss Amanda.
She remembers my slow tap
Slow
routine.
tap. She always talks about it.
So
Favourite
beautiful.
story.
We're so excited. Miss Nicky.
Hi, I'm Nicky Diamond and I'm from the Edge Dance Centre in Ryde. I've now owned my studio for 15 years, so a bit of a milestone for me.
Amazing.
And we had a concert on Monday and my children graduated as well. So my twinnies graduated, which was really, really nice.
What a moment.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment because they were my first cohort. So they're the first kids, 7 graduates that I've started from scratch with me and gone all the way through. So it was a beautiful moment. Anyway,
Aw,
yeah.
so nice.
that's
Tell
a few
me,
words.
we heard a bit about how Chelsea started her studio. How did you start your studio, Nicky?
I purchased it from somebody
Yes.
else.
Had you been teaching there, or you've got to fly?
I was going to say, if you are watching on YouTube, we've got a 6th guest, and it is, and it's a big one too.
Landed on your forehead.
He's my fan.
We're going to get rid of this.
fan.
Oh my God.
Sorry. So you purchased your studio. Were you working there? Sorry, I missed that part.
No,
Just the flower stuff.
I was working at different studios throughout
Yeah.
Sydney, and I'd done a lot of teaching interstate and overseas as well before I came back. And it was part of my values is that I wanted to purchase a studio not near any other studio that I'd worked at because
You felt it was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to be seen as poaching somebody
Yeah.
because I think I know I'm a great teacher,
Yes.
you actually. So I didn't want to be seen as that. So that's why I purchased it where it was.
I love that. And so you'd been teaching overseas. Had you been performing overseas as well, or a little bit?
Prior to having children, yes, when I hung up my shoes, my dancing shoes, that is. Yeah, I was working overseas. I was teaching at Atlanta Ballet, but I was also a showgirl, and I was in a contemporary dance company, and I did a whole bunch of things. And then I switched over to musicals and bands and stuff and started singing.
Mainly in the States? Or here?
No, that was mainly, I did overseas contractual work as a showgirl in Thailand and also in Japan with a beautiful company who are also my friends, Darts Encore Productions. Shout out to them. And then I wasn't really singing over there so much. I was singing in the show, but not then I came back and started
Amazing.
singing
Yeah.
in a duo. Yeah.
Sounds good. And is that where you met your husband overseas?
No, he is from Australia. So I met him here. And then partway, he left and I followed him.
As you do.
And yeah, we ended up getting engaged in America, in Atlanta, and then we got married. And I was only talking to somebody about this the other day. Like, you know how people plan their weddings?
Yeah.
And they take years and years? Apparently I planned mine in 3 months.
Just forgot about that. Just went, let's do this quick.
I was like, what the?
Yeah.
How did I do that? But I guess that's part and parcel of being a dance studio owner. We're really good at event management, aren't we?
Absolutely. That's what I always was like, because we got married maybe 10 years into our studio ownership. And I was like, this is easy. Like, it's a concert. This is guys. It's so easy. I love that. Maree, how did you start your studio? We didn't hear your story.
So I was teaching at the studio that I grew up at in Cherrybrook. Well, at the age of 14, my dance teacher asked me if I wanted to assistant teach.
Yes.
It's like a rite of passage, right?
Yes.
Said yes to that and was doing that for quite a while. At 15, she basically said to me, these are your kids, off you go, they're your class. And I just found my love for teaching then. And then I decided to open my own studio, went to uni, did a teaching degree, and then here
So you
I
opened your
am.
studio at what age?
I was 19.
Oh, yeah. Nice and young,
A
like
year
me
out of
too.
school.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I finished year 12 and then did a psychology degree for 6 months. Spent
Oh, really?
more time at the shops. I don't know why.
That sounds very much like Amanda's university experience.
I ended up with a really big HECS debt
Yeah.
and no degree.
That's exactly me too. How long was I at uni for? Like,
Well, depend.
like
Do you talk in class or like
no, I was
enrolled?
never in
Because I think
class.
they're two very
but a
separate.
good like 3 or 4 years I was at uni, but like, I don't think
Very
I actually
part-time.
finished a whole year's worth of like work because I would just like forget to pull out of the course by the due dates and like just not show up and go, oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Love that for me. So yeah, I have a nice big HECS debt too. All right. Well, I don't anymore. I've paid it off since. Just to be super clear. All right. Let's talk funny stories. I think as studio owners, we always have like these stories, like, you know, we go into owning a business.
Because of our
opening-
love of dance teaching.
Absolutely,
And we
because
think that's what it's going to be all about.
absolutely.
I'm going to teach these amazing classes. Everyone's going to enroll, and here we go.
Absolutely, and that's what we do. And we're just going to teach these kids who are going to grow up to be these beautiful, amazing dancers, and that's all we're going to be. But I think along the way, especially when we've all had our studios for different like lengths of time, there's crazy stories, whether it's parents, whether it's, you know, all the things. Have you got a crazy story? Do you want to go first, Nicky?
Sure, I can go first. Mine's really fresh.
Okay.
Fresh story.
It's a fresh
for you.
story.
It's,
All right.
it's from my concert on Monday evening.
I haven't heard this story yet.
Well,
Deep breaths.
So wait, we're recording this on Wednesday. This is two days ago.
2 days.
2
days
days
post.
ago, so it's super fresh. So basically, concert was, look, I'm going to swear, it was a bit of a shit show. Not out front though.
Yeah,
so
I'm
it
sure
was
not.
amazing out front. Everybody raved about it. Blah. Backstage was hectic. It
Yeah.
was probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had in
Really?
all of my teaching years at concerts, which is a complete turnaround. But that's not the story. The story is that
We heard this on the way from the car
at
park.
the end of the show,
We've been told. So.
at the end of the show, my videographer came up to me and he said, we've lost a minute footage. And I went, WTF.
Under the couch? Where do we?
Where this?
Apparently, one of the patrons in the audience who was sitting up near the camera decided to unplug the cameras from the PowerPoint, even though it had gaffer tape all over it and was
What, wanted to
clearly-
charge their phone? Or?
Correct, to charge their phones.
Literally.
To charge their phones. So now I have to go back to my parents and explain this loss of footage, and I couldn't do anything about it at
No.
the time. It was like the ushers brought it to the attention. Who does that? Who unplugs something which is quite clearly operating a video camera from the wall just to frickin' charge their phone?
Yeah, you think you
Seriously.
find a free PowerPoint?
Well,
the
just wait till it finishes. Like, it's okay.
But the thing was,
Why
they
did
actually
you
had
have
a
a phone in a
piggyback on it.
concert anyway? Like, aren't you working the show?
So many questions.
So many questions. What goes through people's head? They could have just piggybacked on top of it. There was
Yeah.
a plug to piggyback on top of it. No, they pulled the whole thing out of the wall. So that's my story. It's nice and fresh. And now I have to deal with the aftermath with the parents with that. So that's going to be.
And it's so fucked up.
ChatGPT. Thank you so much.
Because that's not your, like, it's nothing
nobody's
under your
fault.
control. Like, it's just shit that happens,
Just be
right?
honest about it, I reckon.
I will be.
Yeah.
I just.
Feel like someone really needed to charge their phone. They really need to make a phone call.
Maybe they're trying to watch the footy
So
or something.
sorry.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
What the fuck? That's crazy. It's just nuts.
it's laughable, but it's not funny.
No.
I feel sorry for the kids, the routine
Correct.
Yeah.
of those kids. That
Correct.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those kids only come to those classes.
Yeah.
that's
So
hard.
now it's like one of my staff members says, well, why can't we just put the costume on in the class
In
and
classroom,
just get
yeah.
parents
Better
to
than
come
nothing.
in? Unfortunately, we've got open week for the next 3 weeks, so it's not going to kind of work. But I'm thinking maybe next year I can ask somebody to come out and we can film it, or we could probably do it at the end. I need to try and
Work it
think
out.
about how to troubleshoot
And
that.
that's the point that how hard you're going to try now to fix that.
I know.
Yeah.
Make it
so much
huge amount of work.
To make it
Over and above what
Yeah.
I need to do. Now I have to do that so that
Yeah.
I have happy parents. Otherwise, I will lose them, and that's
That's
so
just us. We want to try and make everybody
Absolutely.
happy.
Yep.
and, you know.
Crazy. Shit that happens, you know, it's just nuts. Chelsea, have you got a crazy story? I'm sure you have so
But
many
to do with
crazy
dance, to do with dance, you're talking.
To do with dance, not to do with
I
anything
know.
else.
I'm
Gotta
like,
be
which
alive.
one? Look, I've got lots. I felt very stressed since you've asked this question. Like, what am I going to
I shouldn't have
say?
prepped you.
No, it's okay. I'm just like, I feel like I have two.
Okay, go. I want to hear two. We've got time.
Just because, just like what you're saying, like, okay, just recently, a couple of weeks ago, we went to a school. It's just one of those, like, you said it walking in, you could write a book, right?
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so I go to this school fete, you know, and it's like, it's sweltering hot, and you're just like, oh, here we go, you know, but I'm like, why am I doing this? But I'm like, supporting the community, and I'm like trying really hard, and the kids are there and they're screaming, you know, I don't know that thing.
Like, just where I want to be on a Saturday
Just where I
afternoon.
want to be. Just like, far out. Anyway, but we're doing it and it's fine and I'm winging it, and then we get there, but there's no sound. I'm told there's a sound system.
No sound system. Yeah.
Right, okay, how can I pivot? How can we do
Yeah.
this? This poor lady had to sit with a microphone like at this speaker. The whole
Next,
so,
next to a
so
phone.
we could
Yeah.
hear the music, and it was still like, is it on? Like,
We'll
you
start
know.
singing at the same time. We'll clap it in.
So we go through and we do the show, and then we're literally like, we're at the finale. Somehow we've made it through. Speaker cuts out. There's no sound. So I just start singing karaoke. And the whole audience just starts singing karaoke. Here I am on the grass in the middle of nowhere.
35 degrees.
At the school fete, like, what is life, right?
I want no one's going to forget who you are.
I know, I just thought, what are you doing? It was like my immediate response was just like, sing! Like,
I want to know, can you sing like Nicky or?
no! Hell no!
You have no business singing.
No, look, it was like, you know, I want to dance with somebody. So I honestly was relieved of like, at least it's a song everybody knows. So everyone got like really into it. It was
Few
like,
people
you know,
joined in.
Everyone joined in. It was like a shitty moment that we quickly turned around.
I love that.
So that's like a sensible story.
Okay, tell us the other crazy story.
deep breath.
No, it's nothing. I'm just like, oh, people listening. But anyway, last year at my concert, because I feel like things happen, you know, at concert and whatever. There's a million stories that go with it, but it was one that I was like, I'm not sure if I'll ever forget that. But I'm on stage, I'm doing my speech, and I could just hear this ruckus, particularly my mum, and I'm like, you know, on stage raging, like, shut up, like,
Mum, I'm
you know, like,
talking.
continue, like, and then like, everyone's like carrying on. I'm like, what is going on? I had this poor little kid just throw her guts up.
In the wings or
in the
like?
wings, but like not even the wings, like the entrance, like
right.
right there. So I had to like stop the show. I'm on stage and I'm like trying to like remain calm. I'm like, I just just got to go like deal with something now. Like, and then, you know, the techies are like working like mad. They play the wrong slideshow. Like just everything goes wrong. Everyone's running around trying to find a mop.
Scooping
like,
vomit, yeah.
oh my God. Like it was
You
just
didn't go
like,
out in sympathy, did you?
Me? No, absolutely not. It was just like, I'm then on my hands and knees trying to clean up vomit. Like, oh my
Wait, are you like, I know sometimes, like, do you get like dressed up for that speech at
I
the
actually
end?
don't know.
Okay.
I'm a hardcore uniform gal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just don't have, no one's got time.
No, I'm the same.
Right.
Yeah. Joggers.
Joggers,
like,
so like,
t-shirt.
thank God for that. It was easy to
really?
get down and scrub. So yeah, that's,
I think that goes back to that point, right, where like, that vision of like, I'm going to teach and my concerts are going to
Yes.
be amazing and all the kids are going to be out there and I'm going to be on stage looking, and then you're like, next minute you're like just
oh, my hands
scooping
are
vomit
scooping
off
up.
the, yeah,
Just going.
yeah, amazing.
So did the audience know what happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was pretty hard to.
It was like,
We got a vomit clean up in aisle 6.
It
Yeah.
was pretty hard to like get away from it. We tried to be discreet with it, but everyone's like, "It's vomit, get them off!" Like, so it was a bit like. I think they picked up on it.
oh.
But anyway,
I love that.
My video people were amazing because they just like cut it out and then cut it out. So it was
Very
fine, but
good.
It was definitely a memory that.
I love that. What about you, Maree? Have you got a crazy story?
I do have a crazy story. The one I was telling you about before, that's a different one. So you've just reminded me of
good.
one that we
Yeah.
had in 2014 at our
Oh, wow.
concert.
I love that you remember the year.
Oh, because
I
it
know
was
what
the year we went to
date it
Disney. I don't remember a lot, but it was the year we did our Disneyland tour and everyone was so excited. And we did a Disney concert that year. And bright idea over here. I always have these amazing ideas. I decided I wanted fireworks at my concert.
Oh God.
Inside.
Inside?
Inside on the stage because I was like, this is a celebration. It's Disney year. This is very exciting. So I hired a pyrotechnic company, spoke to the venue. They turned off the smoke alarm.
Next level.
It was next level. And I was like, nah, I'm going to have this awesome experience for the kids and the audience
Yeah.
because no one knows what's happening except for me. So they set up, the flying, what are they called?
The sparky ones?
Sparky ones.
Yeah.
that
yeah.
fly
That's
from
a
the
technical,
ground.
that's a
Yeah.
technical term, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. So they set them up just before finale. All the kids came on. They were so excited. And then I said to everybody, okay, step forward. They stepped forward.
Shouldn't it be stepped back?
Terrified what you're gonna say.
okay.
Absolutely terrified what you're gonna say.
No one got burned.
Okay. It's okay.
The fireworks went off and everyone was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the fire alarms went off in the middle. The water sprinklers.
Oh.
Shit. So all the kids are on stage with the water sprinklers.
Oh, shit.
The fire alarms, and I'm standing there in an auditorium. There was about 800 people in the auditorium.
Safely evacuate.
And I was like, okay, well, this has never happened before, everybody.
Oh my God.
No one came in to check on us. So we just, the water sprinklers turned off and we just kept
Oh,
going.
really? They didn't make you evacuate or anything?
That's crazy. So at the end of it, I was like, well, that was...
I feel really safe in this villa. I should have broken out into
It was, yeah.
That's crazy you didn't get evacuated.
Nothing. No one even came in to see if we were all
Oh,
right.
my gosh. Because we had this crazy year. And I don't,
The great fire alarm year of 2017.
I don't know what year it was. We were at Get the Beat Nationals and they were having a problem in their theatre. We were getting evacuated like 4 times a day.
We had the big
In the
production
troops.
number with like 100 and 130, 140
Yeah.
of the kids. We just sent them all backstage, including like the 4 and 5 year olds with the senior kids. Like, it'll be okay. Like,
Yeah.
one of them was our daughter. She was 4. We're like, it's almost like as soon as the door shuts and all the
And we
kids are
left them all.
backstage. Boop.
And that was the first one, but then it just kept happening. And there was obviously a problem with it, but we just kept having to evacuate.
made you
We had to keep evacuating. And then they'd push us all out. And because if the kids were backstage, they got sent the other way. And so we'd have to go and try and find them. It was like this big ongoing thing. Anyway, so we had that happen like so many times that week, like couldn't even tell you. We got back and did our solo concert at like a community hall. And the same thing bloody happened. And we got evacuated. And the fire trucks came. We didn't have bloody fireworks on the stage, so I'll tell you what.
I'm proud of those fireworks. I will always be proud of those.
It's really epic. It's like fire and then the rain. It was all part of the production.
Yeah, you need to like pop up
all planned.
I love it. All right, so craziest stories we've talked about. What about like a biggest fail? Like whether it's a business, a teaching, something you've just looked back on and gone, why the fuck did I ever do that? How did I think that was a good idea, Maree? You're going, yeah. What are you thinking?
Ashamed of this actually.
That's all right. And like,
me a long time to get over this.
And that's the thing. I think we've all made fuck ups. Like I've made so many fuck ups in my business and things that you look back on. And I think sometimes it's nice, like for other people to go, hey, we all fuck up, and it's actually about how you recover from it and stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you had like monumental fuck ups?
I have. I was.
In the nicest way. or little ones.
Oh, this was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
No, like I've never kind of lived down. I was on stage again. It was in our school hall days, so before we actually hired a proper venue. I was doing everything myself.
Yeah.
Admin, concert prep, costumes, the whole lot. I was just so burnt out. Like it was, I mean, everybody knows what that feels like. I got on stage. It was a sweltering hot day, no air conditioning in the hall, probably about 300 people watching. I had no clue what I was doing. It was the beginning of my studio owner career.
Yeah.
And I stood up on stage and I said to everybody, okay, this is great. Now everybody can go home and so can I. And and I literally said it on the microphone in front of everybody and it looked like I just did not want to be there.
Yeah.
And then I got home and my mum was like, why did you say that in front of everybody? And I was like, because that's how I felt at the time. I just was so over it. I wanted to go home. And still to this day, I remember that moment and think I just completely let everybody down on their biggest day of the year, which is concert day, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that I need to let go of. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all made mistakes like that, you know.
Those words.
I remember yelling at a little girl for forgetting a costume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Early on, you know, having that moment where, and I don't know if it was yelling or me just being like so frustrated with her. Like, what do you mean you came without your, like,
I've done all these things and you can't remember a costume.
you know, and it, like, all of that kind of stuff. And like, we've all done those things that you're like, I can't believe I did that. Like, that's not fair on that child. That's not fair. Yeah. It's just, I think sometimes our emotions take over, right?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Have you got something, Chelsea, comes to mind?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So you want to share on the couch? We're on a couch. I might need to lay down.
I know. No, I really feel for yours. Like, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you just said is me right now.
Yeah.
That's me alone doing it all.
You do.
Yeah.
The burnout is real.
Yeah.
The burnout is real, and
Absolutely.
it's like your emotions take over.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to not forget your
Yes.
mask and not forget
Yeah.
what.
And I also think we want everything to be perfect.
Yes.
We try and make everything perfect. And when
Pressure
it
I put on
doesn't
myself.
go like
is
that,
next to none. Yeah.
pretty,
I think it's just like me. I do feel like I'm early in the journey, and I do really look back on things like that my mum did.
Yes. And when
Maybe
you were
that-
there with her.
Yes,
And, yeah.
maybe like, and like times are different too, you
Absolutely.
know, and like, so how I want to take the studio in a different direction. But then there's things as well that I've tried to do that haven't worked, you know what I mean? That I'm really trying to like break that now. So, I mean, one big one, like, of course, you know, like I introduced a performer fee last year. I feel like I'm still trying to let that one go. And like this year it was like PTSD. I was so nervous about it.
And it wasn't so much the performer fee, it was just the way.
It was
like,
the way I did it.
It was
I sprung it on people and I didn't say it in the right way. I still achieved the thing that I wanted to do, but I just bombarded people with it and then was like angry that people didn't understand and didn't like just jump on board and get on their knees and go, yes, of course we'll do what you want us to do. Like, do you know what I mean?
When you say
Like,
bombarded, what do you mean? Like heaps of different information at them, or?
I just like sprung a cost on them that like I didn't really think through, and I was just like, yeah, great idea, bam, do it.
And was it late in the year?
Yes.
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 So it wasn't
it
like
was in
when
Chat
they
4,
enrolled.
and it's like I wasn't really like appreciating Christmas craziness and that people's life gets hectic, and you know, and that it's just dancing, it's not brain surgery. And, do you know what I mean? Like, and I do feel lucky that I'm in this group that I can now learn those things and see what other people have done to try and rectify that and make sure. And I think that's something that I've really tried to take on this year as well. Like, how can I really make it a great experience? I know I do it for the kids, but how can I make it better for the parents? I've really tried to focus on that this year and just go, they don't want to come to a million rehearsals and they don't care about how perfect my my arms are.
Yes.
And do you know what I mean? Like, so I've really tried to fix that this year. But it is like you do things and you say things, and we've all yelled at the kid, and and you didn't mean it. You didn't mean it. Yeah, absolutely.
But we're all human, and I think you have to let go of those mistakes.
I think that's the thing too, like that other people maybe don't realize. Like, I think you do come across like this superhuman person that can do all these things, and then people they come at you and they say things to you, and they probably don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
And I've had to really I'm a very highly emotional
Yeah. And you take it to heart because
you take it to heart,
Absolutely.
you know, like, and you don't feel like you're doing everything, and
it's a tricky thing.
All right, we are just going to hit pause there on the podcast. This one, as we thought it would, will go on for a little bit longer than usual.
Never,
so
not
we
us.
are going to do part 2 next week. So make sure you listen in for part 2 of this episode.
you don't want to miss
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dance Principles United podcast. If you'd love to learn more from us, we have a special offer just for our podcast listeners. Go to the link in the show notes right now to get 2 weeks free in Dance Principles United Tribe. We would love to see you there.